Hello, classmates. My name is Ethan Jordan, and I'm a freshman like many of you. And I'll be addressing the topic of underage drinking and the legal drinking age, and why I personally believe it should be changed to 18 for not only the safety of young adults, but also to help keep their rights intact. This is an extremely important topic to not only me, but I assume the majority of us, because we witness it on a daily basis, especially in a college setting. According to the CDC, or a Controlled Disease Center, about 3,500 to 5,000 lives are taken each year by underage drinking alone. Also, according to Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services, 1 in 9 young adults are exposed and consume alcohol while being under the age of 21. This isn't healthy, and there are ways to help counter and stop all these deaths and alcohol abuse. You personally can change the legal drinking age by letting what you think and take it personally and bringing awareness to the subject. Changing legal drinking age to 18 could help put an end to all this for many different reasons. One reason why changing the legal drinking age would be beneficial is because young adults could learn about the effects that alcohol has through experience with their family in a controlled environment. Alcohol affects everyone in many different ways, shape, or forms. You're not necessarily going to have the exact same outcome every single time you drink as well. You can get more drunk, you can get less drunk. There's just many different types. With that being said, the average adult has at least a little experience or way more experience when it comes to alcohol than the average teen. Parents could help guide their children through small amounts and physically show them how it works in moderation. Also, if the legal drinking age was changed to 18, it would get rid of the forbidden fruit effect underage drinking has on young adults. There have been many studies that show what the forbidden fruit effect, and pretty much when something is forbidden or banned, like drinking for people under the age of 21 in this case, it becomes more enticing and the person is even more curious about it because they are told they are not allowed to partake in it and they just want to. If the drinking age was lowered, this could potentially be completely erased. Another reason why I think the drinking age should be lowered is because school and other settings could help address it. Majority of the time, the average person, their final year in high school or a year before they go to college or before they go do anything, they are 18 or going to be 18 during it. If the legal drinking age was changed to 18, high schools could help prepare students, because majority of the time when people enter college, like for me, for example, they have no experience when it comes to alcohol and have no real idea what it does. This leads to a lot of alcohol abuse or binge drinking because there's a ton of peer pressure involved in college, and none of that is healthy. If the drinking age was introduced, and to say a high school 18-year-old, there could be a required senior class to help prepare them for the real world or college or whatever setting they're about to step into and leave this sort of bubble that high school gives you. Another big problem that is happening in our country is the effects of being under the influence and being behind the wheel of a motorized vehicle. We all know the problems that drunk driving has. This is a really big problem in the United States, and there are a ton of organizations that combat it, like MADD, or Mothers Against Drunk Driving. In fact, MADD states that there is about 10,000 deaths each year due to drunk driving alone. That is about a death every 52 minutes, which is very sad. It is a huge problem. And the Sobering Up organization states that about 20% of those cases are underage. If the legal drinking age was changed, kids could be more aware of the destruction disaster cause that drunk driving is, and as well potentially get rid of it entirely. On another note, I personally believe the legal drinking age should be changed to 18 because it's a basic right. When you turn 18, you are introduced into adulthood and a ton of responsibilities and rights are placed onto you. Whether you like it or not, you're an adult. That's how the government and everyone else views you. You could be drafted in the war, forced to serve in the military and risk your life. You can be viewed as an adult in the court of law. The government also allows you to adopt a child, smoke a cigarette in some states, and we all know how dangerous those can be, and many other laws. To me personally, I find it quite ridiculous and outrageous that you can adopt and raise a child, you can die in war, you can do many other things like have sex and do all this different stuff, but you are not allowed to have a sip of alcohol. Also, it is not only me that believes this. Majority of European countries' ages are actually 18 for their citizens to drink, and some are shockingly 16. There's a ton of reasons why I personally believe the legal drinking age should be changed and lowered. It is a problem in our country, and you can personally help with this cause because us students, we are the future of America. Our voices may not be as loud as we'd like right now because we are young college kids, but we will have our time to speak up and make changes in our own laws. So I ask you to really think about whether the legal drinking age should be changed or not. I have also received a couple questions from some of the peers. One of them is, why do you simply lower the drinking age rather than remove it entirely? This is a very good question, mainly due to the fact that lowering the drinking age to 18 is the safer option. Getting rid of the drinking age altogether is obviously not a good idea because, when you turn 18, you become an adult. And I think that it is a basic right and that you should be allowed to. And I think when you're 17, you aren't an adult. There's reasons why you can't adopt a child at 17. You can't have sex. You can't go to the military because you're not mature enough for it and you're not prepared for it. So that's why I think about that. Another question I got is, why do you believe 18 is the safest for the drinking age to be lowered? I think, like I said, the drinking age of 18 is the safest by far because going any lower than that is just getting too dangerous. And honestly, probably is just the most safe, to be honest. And the third and most important question I got, and the one I enjoyed reading the most, was, as a veteran, I have seen firsthand what happens when underage soldiers / sailors drink and get caught. Do you think the punishments, which are typically a loss of rank, 60 days confinement, and or 1 to 2 months of severely docked pay, are reasonable when aligned with other situations which award the exact same punishments like sexual assault and forgery? And personally, for me, I think that's kind of outrageous. We have people, soldiers and sailors defending our country and giving their entire lives. They're practically giving their freedom and serving for the America so we can have our freedom and our rights, and they're not allowed to have a sip of alcohol, and they get the same punishment as sexually assaulting someone or forgery. Just kind of crazy to me. I do not think that should be the case at all. I think if you're 17 or younger, obviously you're not going to be in the war, but once you turn 18, I think it should be a basic right. And yeah, thank you.